What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and in this video we'll talk about two cryptos that we talk very fondly of, Toshi and Turbo. Toshi will be first, and then Turbo, right? Alphabetical. Hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get into it, my friends. Toshi here, I have to admit, I would have never imagined in October or September that we'd be back below 305. That's crazy. It's crazy that we went below 305, let alone that we're all the way down here. We saw a low of 304.25. That's pretty crazy stuff, you guys. I can't imagine that we'll go too much lower at all. This very well is likely the low. If it's not the low, then we are likely near our low. And I want to talk about that real quick on a weekly perspective. Where our weekly low is as of now, is right at where our October 10th crash was, right around this area where we found support before, resistance here, resistance there on a wicking basis. We found resistance right here on a wicking basis. And we did find a little bit of turbulence back here as well. It seems like it's just the appropriate area to find support. If we take a low here, whoops, that was not the low. And we take this high, let's not take the fake out high, but this high, we are right at the 0.5 as well. And a lot of cryptos, Toshi also has liked to find significance at its 0.5 throughout this cycle. There is a scenario where we do go all the way down to 0.00037 to 0.00033, sorry, 37 or 33, somewhere in that zone. But I don't know if we do that, right? That kind of a drop, it's not that it can't happen. It's just from here to there, that's another 20% or more. I just don't know if I see that happening. It's not that it can't happen. It's not a crazy drop from here, but I really do believe that we've seen the majority of this drop take place already, and I think that we're gearing up for some upside, right? If we look at any of these significant drops when we're at the low points here, from a high to a low, that drop there was about 58%. We look at this drop here, from a high to a low there, that was about 58%. Weird, actually. From a high point here to a low, that's a lot larger, 74%. High to a low here, we dropped about 62%. If we took a high to low here, because this was just our last little crash, that was 61%, that last little drop there. And then from where we are now, from our high to our low, we're down about 63%. I would say that we're kind of in the midst of what we typically see with these drops happening. I don't believe if we go lower that we have too much lower to go. Okay. Likely we do recover. Likely this is the most opportunistic moment to buy between now and the past few months. And when we start to move higher, I fully expect that we'll see new all-time highs. Toshi, I think, will get listed on Binance. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I do think it'll get listed on Binance. And I think with that, they're probably going to send the price higher before it gets listed. Binance likes to list tokens when they're at high points, not at low points. And the next high point that I could see from the fib perspective would be 0.0448, which is about a 9.8x move from here to potentially 1.04 cents, which is about a 22, almost a 23x from here. Very immense potential. And when will we hit this zone? Nobody knows, but I'm thinking we'll be here by the end of 2025. Perhaps the lower end of this zone at the end of 2025, perhaps the upper end of this zone going into January of 2026. Whatever and wherever it is that we top off, I expect that this move ends in January. Okay? It will end in January. And it will likely be of a similar magnitude to what we saw here. Now, this took 2 weeks to form. I don't think it'll take 2 weeks what we're going to do. Maybe it takes 2 months. But again, 2 months from now is January. It'd be January 15th. And that would put us all the way up there. Let's just see. I mean, it's quite literally like the same size move. It's a little bit bigger, let's be fair. So maybe we don't go all the way up to 1 cent. Maybe we stop below. And again, I've had my theories here. Right above the 141.4 is 007 or 0.0069. Those might be psychological levels to find resistance just off of the memetics alone, but that's what I think is going to happen. If we look at the we can look at the short-term stuff. We look at the 1 hour time frame. Hey, Toshi's getting a little bit of a pop here. You're up 5% this hour. That's nice. The RSI looks good. The stochastics look good. And the MACD here, it's pretty bad, but it's shaping up. The 4 hour time frame here, and actually I want to look at the 1 hour on Coinbase just because I want some volume. 1 hour on Coinbase, yeah, we got some volume, good. On the weekend too, what's up with that? Hasn't Toshi, didn't we do this last weekend too? Let's just see, hold on. Where's Saturday? No, maybe not. We had a little pump, but not really. Maybe I'm thinking of a different crypto. Anyways. Yeah, you look good. You look good. 4 hour time frame here. The MACD is sad, but you're looking like you want to cross up, which is nice. Stochastics are coming out. That's good as well. And the RSI is beat up too. So Again, the idea that we could go lower is still there, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little bit of a little bit of a pullback here. Perhaps we go up to 3048, 3005, somewhere there. We could come back down here and do one of two things. Okay, we're either going to go up and come back down and form a higher low, find support at these areas of resistance here, or we're going to come up, find resistance and prior support, see a slightly lower low, and then we'll move up. Again, either this is the low or we're very near the low, but I can't imagine that we go too much lower. I don't believe we go below 00 or 304 personally. But the 4-hour time frame just looks sad. Let's be fair. Daily time frame, a bit of a double bottom here in the RSI. Bullish divergence on the MACD. The stochastics are bearish, in all fairness. Where we are here on a weekly perspective, from the low to the high, and not the fake out high, that's right there at the 0.5. If we took the fake out high, I mean, we're a little bit lower, but I think this makes the most sense as far as how to draw the fib. This is a good area to find support, and when we do get above 307, that's how we know that whatever low we put in is the low. When we get above 307 on a daily, weekly closing basis right here, we'll validate that the low is in. We'll likely take out our highs soon and be on our way to new all-time highs in a matter of no time. So very bullish on Toshi. It's unfortunate to see the price this low, but have patience, my friends. You're not the only ones hurting. The crypto market as a whole right now is in the doldrums. Turbo, speaking of doldrums, is at its low point from back in April of this year. Right there, it's kind of shaped up nice for a W formation overall. And typically with W's, if this is a W, W's typically stop just above where they started. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did go a little bit higher. And actually, I just wonder here, with that idea of a W going a little bit higher, high here to this low, your golden ratio is right there, just above this high. The 188.6200 area is just right there as well. Let's just look and see what you've done here from a high to a low. You went right up to your golden ratio and the 188.6200 level. High to a low here. Support at the 1886. High to a low here. 2618 and 1618 support. So enough significance at both of these levels, 1.6 cents and 3 cents, as far as the fibs go, the golden ratio and the 188.6200 levels, to make me think that that's where you're going to go ultimately. This is your next move, Turbo, okay? That'll be probably where you top off, and if not higher, but something of a 9x to a 15x move by the end of the year, if not by the end of January. That would be my expectation for Turbo right now, okay? If we look at the short-term stuff, and I believe Turbo has a lot of growth to go as well. I think the Turbo, you're finding support where you found support before, where you found resistance before, where your all-time high initial start was. It's the perfect area to find support and move higher. I do think you'll do that. If we look at the 1-hour time frame here, as far as all-time highs go for Turbo, I don't know. Let's just see. What's your current market cap? 125. I mean, you could see 100x. 100x puts you at 12.5 billion. Just because you could doesn't mean you will, but you could see 100x. You could see a multi-100x with this thing. Absolutely, you could. 100x would put you at about 18 cents. We do have resistance here at 11 cents, 15 cents right here in this zone. Maybe go up to 2272 at about 30 cents. I really do believe Turbo will be worth anywhere from 30 cents to 66 cents by the end of the cycle. That's my expectation, but that's the end of cycle predictions, okay? Probably sometime in April or May, if I really had to guess. Unless the cycle continues longer. 1-hour time frame here, the RSI is beat up, but it looks like it wants to come up, right? You've got higher lows and higher highs, so that's nice. The stochastics are a little bit bearish, and the MACD is bearish as well, but you're showing some life. I would give it the same kind of thought that I would with Toshi, is that you might not be at your low, but you're very near it. Even if you come up here, you could still find resistance, come back down. But if this isn't your low, the next one will be, and you'll be moving up higher. I'm very confident in that. Okay, 4-hour time frame here. Let's look at the low to high here. Right at your 786, yeah. The lowest I'd give you is 0.001732. Right there. Okay, that's the lowest I'd give you. You could wick a little bit below there, but that's not that big of a deal. Likely you're going to move up here pretty soon. Bullish, look at that bullish divergence on that 4-hour MACD. That's beautiful. You guys, that's beautiful. I take it all back. I think you're at your low. I don't think you go lower. That's it. You're about to rip, man. The RSI has some bullish divergence too, and so does the stochastics. Bullish divergence on all fronts on the 4-hour. Mark my words, by the time you watch this video, Turbo's going to be ripping through the freaking roof. It's going to be riveting. Looking at the RSI on the daily time frame, it's a bit sad. Not a whole lot to go off of there. A little bit of bullish divergence, I think. Yeah, a little bit. Same thing on the stochastics. I like the bounce off the oversold zone, I will say that. And the MACD's cross green looks like it wants to bounce here as well. So all that would mark continuation to the upside. Where are we? I say continuation, maybe a commencement to the upside. I would expect we move to the top ends of this range, if not the bottom ends of this range here. So somewhere around 003 to, let's just say 0036, somewhere in that range from a high to a low. Yeah, just above the 382. I like it. I think you do. You just go like 003, 0032, somewhere in there. Find some turbulence, find support, and then move up higher. Okay. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Ta-ta for now. Bye-bye.